Patrice Lumumba was not just a man. He was a voice. He was a warning. He was a vision of what Africa could become. Born in the heart of the Congo, Lumumba rose not with weapons, but with words, courage, and conviction. At a time when Africa was told to remain silent, he spoke boldly. When others accepted half-freedom, he demanded true independence, not just the lowering of colonial flags, but the liberation of African dignity, resources, and destiny. In 1960, as Congo gained independence, Lumumba stood before the world and said what many feared to say, that Africa had suffered humiliation, exploitation, and injustice, and that independence without control of one's future was incomplete. That speech cost him everything. His life was cut short, but his message could not be buried. Lumumba's story forces Africa to confront a painful truth. Our greatest enemy has not always been outside us. External forces played their role, yes, but internal betrayal, weak institutions, tribal divisions, and the absence of visionary leadership have kept Africa struggling long after colonialism ended. Africa is rich, but Africans are poor. Africa has land but lacks ownership. Africa has youth but lacks opportunity. This contradiction is not destiny. It is a failure of systems, values, and leadership. Lumumba believed Africa could govern itself with dignity, unity, and purpose. He believed Africans were capable of excellence if given control over their resources and institutions. His assassination was meant to silence that belief, but today it must awaken us. Africa will not rise by blaming the past alone. We must learn from it. The continent gets better when leaders serve, not steal. Institutions outlive individuals. Education teaches thinking, not memorization. Youth builds skills, not just hope. Unity replaces tribalism. Accountability replaces excuses. Africa does not lack intelligence. It lacks execution. Africa does not lack resources. It lacks systems. Africa does not lack potential. It lacks collective discipline. Lumumba's dream was an Africa that stood tall, economically independent, politically strong, and culturally confident. That dream will not be fulfilled